Governor Tim Walz issued an executive order this morning calling all Minnesota K through 12 schools to close by Wednesday, not reopening until March 27th. Walz says closing schools is an effort to flatten the curve and stop the spread of COVID-19 before substantial community spread and to take pressure off of our healthcare systems. State officials make it clear that we are not at that point yet, but that the decision to close schools is for planning purposes and not because of a specific outbreak. Lawmakers knew making this hard decision it would impact many Minnesotans.
While children have proven to be less vulnerable to this virus, we haven't seen significant spreading in our schools. We do anticipate that COVID-19 will have a sizable impact on our education system in the coming weeks, months, and potentially the coming year.
Public health officials say they will continue to work with education officials to determine the best course of action. With schools ordered to close by Wednesday, that gives schools a couple of days to determine the logistics of that. Meanwhile, Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds is recommending all Iowa schools close for 4 weeks. Here in Rochester, Superintendent Michael Munoz held a press conference this afternoon to reiterate the governor's call of action to schools.
And our KTTC's Camaria Bray spoke with parents and how they are feeling about this decision as they prepare for the educational change. Camaria.
Tom and Barrett, the governor's decision did not come as a surprise to some parents, but it does leave many trying to figure out what to do with their child during this break.
It was the right move. I think my background is in epidemiology, and so I knew that this was something, hey buddy, this was something that was going to be coming in. I actually think they probably should have done it at least a week or two ago.
I think it is the right decision. I think that everybody needs to step back. I think that it's right for them to close as far as the safety for our children and because we do have elderly people that work at the school. We do have to consider that we have teachers that may have immunocompromises and different things.
Erin Norman and Stephanie Whitehorn both have school-aged children. Although they feel the governor's decision to close schools was the right choice, they still have some concerns.
Thankfully, my wife stays at home right now, so she's able to take care of them, and she's going to be working with some friends who homeschool and getting curriculum to help. But I have been really concerned about other kids that don't have that, and I'm not sure what they're going to be doing right now.
My immediate thought was concern for the children that have used school for their breakfast and their lunch. We do know that's a very real concern.
The governor says there are plans to provide child care for health care and emergency service workers, which leaves out other parents. And his office also has a plan in place to help students who rely on school for meals. But as far as learning goes during this time, Rochester Superintendent Michael Munoz says officials are doing all they can to make sure student success is met.
Not all of our families have access to technology or Wi-Fi, so that's something that we're happy that the governor's given us a couple of weeks to really plan for that. We did, as I mentioned Friday, we did have our principals work with all of our teachers across the district to start having those types of conversations. Should we have to close? How could we continue to facilitate the learning for our students? So